Hey, bro, don't forget, it ain't the first 48, bro. It's 60 minutes, bro.
We heard a whole lot of lip service, but hey, anybody can do that. But between them lines,
come with the kid, you best not miss. Even the score now, we need to score now. Back on that wall, when you hear that call, you know it's going down. We play from beginning to ending, you know how we finish. Turn to the bank, gotta handle our business. We need the ball, so it's time to go get it. Play with your heart when you hit, make like, who you with? You know I'm with. You come to the bank and get out of line, we sending a blitz. Say who you with? You know I'm with. That purple and black, and when we attack, you know what it is.
You're now locked in Zone 32.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the Zone 32 podcast. We got a mostly full crew tonight. My name is Jake. His name is Drew. His name is Will. His name is BT. His name is Trippy. And introducing our special guest. You've heard her in the past. Seen her on FanDuel. She's got a podcast with this girl who likes to cook before the games called Unsportsmanlike Conduct. Big time Cavs fan, Cleveland sports fan. Her name is Gabb. Say what's up to the people.
Hey guys, I know that I'm a Cleveland sports fan, but thank you for letting me join tonight.
Well, I mean, we all have an issue with the
big happenings in Cleveland sports. So we needed insider.
That we do.
Absolutely.
We will get to that. But first, we have a little bit of business to attend to because last night, Monday Night Football, the Ravens went to the Bucs and did more damage offensively than Hurricane Milton, as the Ravens beat the Bucs 41-31. Defense was terrible. Offense was amazing. Lamar put up another Jackson 5. Derrick Henry ran all over him. Drew, I'm going to shut the fuck up. I'm going to let you have the floor.
It's about fucking time. You stole my Hurricane from last
I
week.
think Drew should have went last since Bateman had 120 something yards.
Yeah, well, I mean, Rashad could hit DMs. I had a great surprise for you today, but doesn't want to come on. I was gonna paint my nails the color of his choice while I was live on air.
You know that boy feeling himself now. Just check the interview out. He was happy. He ain't never seen that.
Yeah, I told him he had 5 minutes open floor to just say whatever he wanted about Will and I while I painted my nails the color of his choice. But he was
he like a happy boy that just lost his virginity, man. You know, it's like
Dude,
he would definitely have you matching your nails to Gabb's top. I think that would be perfect.
Yeah, I don't know what he's earned it. It's been 2 weeks in a row. He's actually looked like a legitimate NFL wide receiver. Defense the last 6 of the game looked like shit, but I don't know. Like, we need to get Marcus Williams out of here. It's probably my biggest gripe from the game is I don't know why he's still on the roster. Just a waste of $70 million and can't cover for shit. Every time there's a touchdown, he's somewhere involved doing something stupid. So, just
dumbass
like get rid
fans
of him.
keep saying it ain't his fault. That's sad.
Well, I mean, what bothers me is that, like, you paid him to be an elite safety, and that means going off script sometimes. That's reading the play live. That's knowing that, like, Brandon Stevens isn't going to stick one-on-one with Mike Evans in that situation, and that Sterling Shepard is not the guy that Mayfield's going to target there. So maybe, break off of him and clamp down on Evans there. But it's constantly dumb shit like that where there's routes that need to be passed off, and Marcus Williams is never in the right spot. Like, I'm getting annoyed with it. Marlon finally looks like the guy that was assaulting Uber drivers and taking their iPhone chargers. So, I mean, I'm glad he's back, but now he's hurt, so God only knows what we got with him. Derrick Henry's great. Lamar's great. Bateman looks good.
Ronnie Stanley, great.
Calvin, and Ronnie Stanley is not great, but I mean, even Falele did not look that bad last night. I would say Makari was the only one that I was, frequently upset with. Way too many.
Every single guy except for Stanley had a bad rep, like a really bad one. So.
Well, I mean, and you expect him out of Rosengarten, he's a rookie. You expect him out of Falele because he's just like not that good. And Linderbaum is. I don't know. Is the snap on Linderbaum or is that on Flowers?
That was on Flowers.
Linderbaum also though had another kind of mental lapse on one play where they brought a blitz up the middle, like just straight through. I think maybe he got flagged for illegal downfield on that play.
Yeah.
So it was like
what did we have?
He didn't even chip. Exactly. He didn't even chip the rusher, and he was downfield way too quick, and it fucked the whole play up. So.
Yeah, I mean, not the greatest offensive line wise, but really other than Makari, a ton of gripes with the offensive line. Yeah, I mean, really, my takeaway from that game is that Lamar Jackson is better than he's ever been in his entire career, and the defense scares the shit out of me.
Yeah, so I'm interested to hear what Gabb has to say about it because she's a completely unbiased outsider to it, and watching a primetime game, everybody's eyes are on. So
I mean, Derrick Henry scored me a touchdown, and that's what I needed, and that's all I'm thankful for. Oh, and you know who else? You know who else showed up? Mark Andrews. He got me to where I needed to be on the books yesterday.
Yeah, I mean, he finally looks like himself, which is good. We've been kind of worried about him. He looked lost the first couple of weeks, but he seems to finally kind of be back in the swing of things. I guess maybe taking the year off, with the injury, just really wasn't up to speed. I don't know, but
we were talking about it before we started, but I said like Mark Andrews was basically uncovered on almost every catch last night, and Drew said, well, that's kind of been like his career. He's always open, but it was different last night. So I think like Mark Andrews, I don't know what the slow transition was for him, but he's discovered that he can do what he used to do, where he finds pockets where there's space for him, but the space is even bigger now just because of the way this offense is working. So like they can't focus on him because they have to account for every single guy out there because we're getting every single offensive player involved. We have like 7 or 8 guys catching the ball every single game. We got different guys scoring touchdowns. Last night it was Bateman going off. Last week it was Zay going off. So like you really can't predict who it's going to be. Justice Hill on those little outlet passes. I mean, how many yards did he have last night? I think like he's projected out to go over 500 yards this year. So I mean, every single guy is a threat. It's crazy. The only guy who wasn't a threat last night was Ricard. Got a look on the seam and dropped it.
Shut up. Don't talk about it.
And Baker Mayfield's like looking like the quarterback that we knew that he was.
Yeah, exactly. All it took was a little reintroduction to the AFC North.
Yeah, you just kind of beat the shit out of him, and he gets into that like Brett Favre mode where he's just throwing into coverage.
Yeah.
He almost got Kate. He tried to get Kate Otten 3 or 4 times. I'm not really sure what his beef is with Otten, but that was like throwing hospital fourth quarter did not really seem like a smart move.
Shit. I mean, they got a lot of guys in the hospital after that fucking game.
Yeah, Godwin and Scratcher. I don't know why he was still out there. I mean, that basically the Bucs season's basically because they're saying Evans is not back until like week 13 now. I think because they have a bye week 12. I'm pretty sure, and they said that he's not going to be back until at least after the bye. So this season's cooked. Godwin. I mean, again, that was they didn't show the replay on television for a good reason. It was that was gruesome. So they have no offense.
Yeah,
like their whole season's cooked at point. So
well, as soon as Evans went out, their offense changed big time.
Yeah, I mean he's draws it to the opposing defense, so it kind of makes it easier to.
Drew was being very careful not to say anything too complimentary.
Well, I mean, 6 months jerking off over the 1,000-yard streak. That's over. So thank you, Brandon Stevens, for that. I never have to hear about how many years.
Who knows? I mean, he could still hit it. He could come back and put up a couple 150-yard games and hit it.
So
he was having a really good year.
What are the Bucs right? 3-2, 4-2, 5-2. I don't even know.
4-3.
4-3.
4-3. By the time he comes back, they're 4-8. Like, why even come back at that? Like if he's not 100%, and it's hamstrings are lingering injuries. Like I don't think you see him again. 1,000-yard streak's over. It's all your fault for all the dumb shit you say about Mike Evans, talking about how great he is. You've completely ruined his career. So good job, Will.
Yeah, Gabb, what's your opinion of Mike Evans?
Good football player.
Is he a top 10 wide receiver?
I don't know if I would go top 10.
Thank you.
But he's a good football player.
Are you saying top 10 now or what?
Or
no, I don't think he's a top 10 wide receiver
in the league right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah,
you and Drew put you up to this. I know it.
Gabb is a
he threatened you.
Just point out.
He has no swag, so that deducts a couple points.
No swag.
That's fair.
Just scores touchdowns and catches passes. The guy's a fucking animal.
Scores, touchdowns on.
I can find 10 other guys that could do that.
Exactly.
I don't know.
Thank you. That's always been my argument. He's never been that. He puts up.
He's great.
He's a Kirk Cousins is what I.
That's a great comp.
Thank you. See, Will. People agree with me, and Will person is miffed by it. I don't really.
No one has agreed with you yet. This is the first person to ever agree with you on this.
No, people are just afraid to do it because they don't want to get battered down, or you get in a Bob situation where.
I agree. I agree too. I think he like Kirk Cousins.
Okay, but what my thing is, you think that, then you think about each individual player, and I'm just thinking about a guy you would want to have on your team. I want Mike Evans on my team.
Sure.
I want him as the number one wide receiver on my team because he's going to catch 80 or 90 balls or more. He's going to go over 1,000 yards and he's going to score 8 touchdowns.
Yeah, but like if you can give me, Justin Jefferson, I'd rather have him.
Yeah, I've always Justin Jefferson's like by himself.
Kill, or I could think 10 other guys at a point that I would rather have than him as my wide receiver 1. So that wouldn't make him a top 10 wide receiver. That's kind of the crux of the issue.
I don't know. Once you get past those guys, like there's a few who are obvious. Then it's like kind of
it gets debatable after that.
At that point, right? Exactly. It's like you get to 5,
Phillip Rivers,
and you can make an argument
Cousins,
for anybody.
Any of these stat compiling quarterbacks that you look at who are like top 10 all time in passing yards is going to be Mike Evans. They were never the best quarterback in the league. They were never the guy you wanted for your QB1. They're fine. They're not top shelf guys. Mike Evans is not top 10 wide receiver right now. The
Bucs changed when he left the field. The Bucs were a completely different offense. When they don't have him on the field, they can't, like, they have to basically find a way to get the ball to Chris Godwin, and then ended up getting him. Who knows what's going to happen with him?
And they really
second time he's got a horrible leg injury.
They don't really seem to understand how to use Bucky Irving and Rashad White like very well. It seems like one of them would get going and they'd pull him off the field and put the other guy on. Like there was no game feel there, which is weird. Like
can we also take
like that? You kind of keep feeding the hot hand.
Can we also take a moment to ask why the Buccaneers wanted to kill Kate Otten?
I already brought that. I have no idea.
Yes, Drew did.
Oh, did he? I wasn't paying attention.
He brought that up.
Yeah, Baker wanted him dead for some reason, but I don't know. I'm listening to the Browns game though, since we have Gabb here. I am not worried at all about the Ravens offense against the Browns defense. Like, we're going to put up 24, 28, 35 points, whatever it is. I thought the easy route for the Ravens was that Deshaun Watson was going to be the quarterback for the Browns, but his Achilles exploded, so he's no longer the quarterback. Somewhat afraid of. I don't know. And so, Gabb, you were there.
Yeah, I was. Unfortunately.
Were you one of the people that LeBron just, admonished?
I'm going to be honest. There was no one in my section. I was on the opposite end of the field where it happened. No one in my section was cheering. No one in my section was clapping. I think people were just more in shock of what the hell just happened? Did that actually happen? But people were cheering on the very next play for Nick Chubb. Oh, they definitely were. And people were excited for DTR to go into the game, which are both valid reasons to be clapping.
Yeah, so I was watching
There's nothing wrong with that.
I didn't see it. Obviously I wasn't watching that specific game. I don't know why everyone did that. People cheered or didn't cheer. Honestly, who cares? Jameis Winston acted like somebody died on the field, and it was the most atrocious showing by your fans. And same thing with Myles Garrett.
Right.
And then I thought it was funny LeBron saying that he abandoned Cleveland. He did more damage to Cleveland than any other human being alive has done. So I don't understand why they are saying that. They could have just said, I'm sorry, I feel bad for my teammate in that situation and left it at that. Going above that is just kind of really fucked up to do to your fans that have been with you through all of it. We have been through all of it. They've been through some things, but we've been fans longer than they've been on the team. We will still be fans when they're gone, and we'll still have to put up with the same shit that we've dealt with or without them. So I don't think that they're getting that. Also doing this whole thing it's going to affect his livelihood, his family. He's getting $230 million guaranteed. These people are wasting their money every single Sunday to watch a circus. I don't feel bad at all. Yeah, I would say that him sucking for the last year and a half has probably done more damage to his career than him getting hurt.
Yeah, you would think.
Yeah.
This is actually probably really good for him. He's going to get a clean, he can just go away. He doesn't have to be around the team. All he needs to do is focus on rehabbing his injury. He doesn't have to be around football. And it's I do not feel bad for him at all. I'm saying, but it's got to be a toxic work environment for him. He knows every single person, not every single person. A lot of people who watch him play football want to see him fail, want to celebrate him getting hurt, things like that. So, and he still obviously has shit going on. There was a fucking case that just came up 2 weeks ago, right? 3 weeks ago.
Yeah,
right.
So,
it's so funny for them to suspend him right now. Oh, that'd be
So that whole suspending him and you can void the contract thing, that's the only way he ever gets away from Cleveland and away from people hating him. I would think he'd almost want to get his contract voided at this point. He's never going to live up to that contract. That was a ridiculous contract at the time. Even when he was, kind of good in Houston, I don't think he was ever worth a fully guaranteed contract. And the Browns gave up 4 first-round picks for him. Browns fans are never really going to like him because I don't think he's going to win them a Super Bowl. So I don't think
he got booed when he got onto the field.
Yeah. I don't understand why the Browns sold out for him in the first place. But
desperate.
They were desperate. He's in a no-win situation. Like, this could be a good breaking point for them, I would think. I mean, I thought you had it last year. I don't know why the Browns decided to go back to Watson.
Didn't want to hurt his feelings.
Yeah,
Jimmy Haslam didn't want to get his feelings hurt.
Which, like, I feel like at some point as an owner or GM or, whoever's making that call, like, you got to make the call that win games, not always, hurting guys' feelings. Like, I feel like we had this argument. People wanted to bring in DeAndre Hopkins. They're like, oh, it'll hurt Bateman's feelings if we bring in another wide receiver. And it's like, I mean, who really cares about their feelings at that point? Like, you're trying to win football games, not make everybody happy on the roster. I feel like the, $40 million that goes into his bank account every year is enough to make him happy and he can deal with, being moved on from. But I would, if somebody paid me $40 million, I'd be fine with them, like, telling me to not show up to work anymore.
I think, best case scenario would be if he has an injury that, like, it won't heal and he just can't play, because he can get paid. The team can use that salary cap insurance
policy. Yeah.
And everybody ends up whole, but they're not trotting him out there. He's not gonna, like, have a mental health crisis and potentially harm himself. Who knows what could happen with this guy? He's a wild card. So the best thing that could possibly happen for him is he just disappears. I don't know what the mechanics of that are, but
you kind of ride with Chubb and whatever quarterback they bring in, and hope for the best at that point. It is Winston. Like, if they announce that it's going to be,
they already said they said he's starting.
Yeah, he scares me. He's another guy that, like, ever since they fixed his eyes, he's not, he can actually see where he's throwing the ball. I feel like he's somebody who's kind of poised to be good at football.
Poised to be good, but I mean, he's had like 4 seasons to prove that now, and he still has not earned a starting job.
His 2019 season is the most statistically amazing season a quarterback has ever put up. 5,000 passing, 30 touchdowns, and 30 picks. Like, there will never be another person who does that again in the NFL. There's no shot you keep your job off of 30 interceptions on most teams, and then 5,000 30 touchdowns is really good to begin with.
It's like the Adam Dunn run of years where he had 200 strikeouts and 40 home runs.
Yeah.
Jameis Winston is he's good yet bad at the same time. It's weird.
Yeah, I mean, but I am than I was of Watson, personally.
He might throw 3 or 4 interceptions, but he'll keep throwing the ball and might get into 3 or 4 touchdowns.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's the thing is he's got he doesn't let the last interception he threw kind of make him scared to make another throw. So
yeah, no, but the other side of that is Baker Mayfield is the exact same way, and we just outside of letting them kind of hang around in the end, which wasn't really hanging around, but it's the same mentality. So I don't think that mentality really is a great matchup for the Ravens, but could be wrong.
I mean, how many other quarterbacks are still out there trying to put points up while you're down 10 in that game, other than somebody like Baker Mayfield, though? That's that whole,
that's
underdog mentality. I feel like that's
Baker Mayfield and Jameis Winston have a lot of similarities.
Absolutely.
Just as human creatures.
Plus Nick Chubb's back, which just kind of scares me.
That worries me. He averages like 90 yards a game against us in his career.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
he doesn't typically go backwards. He'll run up the gut and get 2 or 3, even if the hole's clogged.
Yeah,
I hate
he's playing against him.
I would say he's the best pure running back in the NFL. Derrick Henry.
I concur with that.
Has a pretty good claim to that, but I would, Chubb or Henry pretty much the only option there.
I thought Chubb going into the season, and now that I see Derrick Henry every week, it's got to be Derrick Henry. But there's an argument to be made for sure.
What is moron? What's Dave saying? I can't read.
Drew is scared of the Browns.
Venereal disease.
Oh my god. I don't even want to. I don't want to address him because he says he's disassociating with the flock over that mid supports a bank robber. So I don't know.
That's true.
Quote robbing banks is response to that in both public.
That is an accurate quote.
Yeah,
verbatim.
I mean,
verbatim. Free my man, Chief Aholic, man. Free Chief Aholic.
Oh my god.
Oh my.
I can't wait till Mahomes.
Trippy.
I can't wait till Mahomes gets indicted for stolen money.
Only reason why I say that because I met him that Sunday night. He was pretty cool to me. So I mean, You know how they say don't judge a book by its cover. He left a good impression with me that first
Oh,
night. So.
you know what? That is fair. I mean, Trippy met the guy, and he was nice to him. So Trippy doesn't have anything bad to say about him. He didn't steal Trippy's money. He stole the bank's money.
Listen, he was sending me his tickets, bro. Listen, he had Pat Mahomes. He put $10,000 on there. MVP.
Yeah, but it wasn't his money, so it's not like
I know, but I'm just saying though, bro. Like
you can't trust his gambling picks when he's playing with.
I wish he would have just sent me that shit. I mean, you know, that's kind of
so.
Smart,
since we're on limited time with Gabb, what were your thoughts on the whole Nick Chubb and versus us?
Oh, I think he's incredible. I think Nick Chubb is going to be incredible. I don't know how Jameis is going to be. I don't think it's going to be great. I think the whole entire team is broken from top to bottom. I think they're pretty much defeated. You go out there with that quarterback that you had every single week, and now you're 1-6. Your season's over. Like, there's not much that you can do, and I don't think they want to be there, and I don't think any of them really care anymore.
You guys going to trade Myles Garrett? Is that
I don't think so, but like I don't know. Maybe he wants to be traded at this point.
He deserves that if he wants it. This is a good question for you, Gabb, because none of us. I didn't see the
Bengals stacking the box against Chubb, or did he start slow?
Both, a mix of both. I mean, he was fine, but could have been better. I just think the vibes of the whole entire game were off from the start.
Battle for Ohio is weird.
One in 5.
Yeah, it really is.
Quarterbacks playing
like
poorly
both
at that
football
point,
teams are like really bad. Like the Bengals are not good.
No,
they're mediocre. No, they're not good. No matter how much crying they do on the internet, the Bengals are not a good football team.
You can blame the chili spaghetti for all that.
Well, I interviewed a fan on Sunday, and he said the reason that the Bengals are bad is because they used to be sponsored by Gold Star Chili, and then they switched to Skyline, and ever since they switched to Skyline, they've been shitty. So
Gold Star, Black Star, whatever star, chili, they been trash. Like, and the thing that make me mad about the Bengal fans, bro, they still dwelling on the Super Bowl that they lost. So you happy just to make it to the Super Bowl? That don't
years
sit
ago.
right with me.
Years ago.
Their history.
Years ago.
Their history is getting to the wedding and getting left at the altar by 2 different teams in the West Coast. It's their history. What they got to do from there is grab more, they re-download Ancestry.com and see if they can find themselves a lover again.
Yeah, and their fake rivalry with the Chiefs is so one-sided. Like the Chiefs fans don't care about them at all. They're just like, this is so dumb. I don't know why you guys are still talking. You guys haven't won anything. Wow, you beat us once and then you lost in the Super Bowl. Okay, we'll win 2 after that. Like
the Bengals are like the Bengals are like the Maryland of how Maryland is in the Big Ten, where they're like, oh yeah, we're playing Penn State this weekend. And Penn State's like, what?
Bengals are like the Orioles of Major League Baseball.
The Orioles have been around for fucking 70 years. What are you talking about?
Yeah, and they never win. You guys only care about, that one time you won 100 games and won the division and then got swept in the playoffs and anything meaningful. Same thing as Bengals.
I mean, I don't know. You can just say, like, their baseball team sucks too, so just lump them all in.
Yeah, Reds.
They've never won the Ohio Cup in the last 10 years. Losers.
I ain't gonna lie. At least the Guardians ain't get swept like us.
True.
That shit.
Yeah, nobody is better at getting swept in the playoffs than the Orioles. I guess.
And guess what? Well, we ready to lose Corbin Burns. He's going to the Mets.
I mean, that's everyone's like, oh yeah, the Mets are going to get everybody. They can't get everybody. They just can't.
Yeah, but they
got money. Money talks.
Too.
We got money.
You don't have money. You have some fucking dork who buys like historical documents.
What the fuck do they have? What do you think the Mets have? The guy he buys dinosaur bones. He's a fucking dork who spends his own money.
Yeah, he also had, you don't spend your own. It's just nobody's going to play for the Orioles. Nobody wants to be part of the Bengals.
Do you know who? Okay, so do you know why we will win some of these bidding wars, especially with Cohen? Because on our side we have Michael Bloomberg, who fucking hates Cohen. They're like mortal enemies, and Bloomberg has exponentially more money than Cohen does.
I mean, you guys are going to do.
If you're a free agent, and you had the opportunity to sign with the Orioles or the Guardians, which team would you pick?
Guardians, 10 times.
Of course.
Guardians.
Yeah. Just let me have that. Let me have that while I go into Sunday with this.
You're asking a Red Sox fan that, so I mean that answer is not
absolutely Guardians
and a Yankees fan. So
woof.
Yeah.
Yeah, being a Yankee fan is tough. Should probably be better, but
at least they're in the World Series.
You're in with the Orioles. Like I hope you're prepared for it. Everybody's gonna leave. You guys are gonna sign.
I'm 42 years old, and for most of my life, the Orioles have sucked. You think I'm not mentally prepared for that?
All of your life. You don't remember. You were like 1 year old.
I was a teenager. The Orioles were fucking good for 1990 through 1997. They were awesome.
They didn't win shit.
So what? They were in the fucking ALCS.
Yeah, this is like Bengals being like, oh, with Marvin Lewis, the playoffs 5 years.
But
in a
you're
row.
saying
Congratulations.
you're acting like that the misery. When you want to talk about misery with an Orioles fan, it's not the fucking 90s when we had Cal Ripken Jr. and we're going to the ALCS and we're in the mix every single year. It's the 14 years of losing baseball that followed that. That's misery. And then we had that brief period, and then the misery of the past few years until 2021 when things turned around again. So like the vast majority of the years have been true misery.
So
And getting to the ALCS is not miserable when you compare that.
Well, Gabb, you want to give your final statements before you got to leave us?
The Baltimore Ravens will beat the Cleveland Browns by like 20 points on Sunday.
Okay. Oh yeah, let's get your score. Just give me a score.
My score 34-17.
And jersey pants.
Oh, I don't know. What am I supposed to say? Am I supposed to say purple?
Yes. Purple is always purple is always the rose.
Purple.
What color jersey? White.
Well, I don't know. What do you wear when you come to Cleveland usually?
Usually white.
Usually
White's
white.
White's the road.
Okay, so
usually,
purple and white. There we go.
Okay.
Even them purple pants, some light purple pants, but I think we might. Never mind. I'm gonna wait till my time to go.
There are no light purple pants. Is my favorite.
Nah, it's just purple pants.
Just made up a new.
Lavender.
Bro, they is like light.
That's a royal ass purple.
That's just the only purple pants we wear.
Yeah,
we only have one pair.
We have one kind of purple pair. He's like, no, we got light ones. They're gonna put some bleach in the washing machine. And,
last time, or Zamboni said last time you were on here and said that we lost to Cleveland.
Well, I don't think it's possible that you guys lose, but if you do, I'm very sorry, but I just don't see it as a possibility with the state of this team. The Cleveland Browns are the worst football teams I've ever watched in my life and probably will always continue to be so. Anyways, thank you guys for having me on. I'm sorry that I have to leave you.
Oh, no, it's fine.
Thanks,
Cheers. Thanks, guys.
Go check out Gabb's podcast.
Hold up. Hey, Gabb, you going to the game? Damn, I ain't even asked.
She's gone.
She's gone, bro.
She's gone. She left.
Don't worry,
She's gone.
I'm gonna hit her up. I hit up in the DM. Damn,
Hit her up. Hit her up.
Fucking
Tom wants to come on in.
Fucking BT keep wanting to ask all them questions. Talking about so Gabb. What you, man? Damn, man, I didn't get to answer my question.
Trippy's trying to get in with the Cleveland.
Shit. Oh fuck! All right,
BT's a professional.
All right, do we want to stay? Do we want to stay with where we are and just keep going with the scores and?
Can we bitch about Marcus Wilson more?
Yeah, man. Let's talk about
that's coming.
Sorry,
That's coming. But why don't we, since we got one score and we got one uniform, why don't we do them all and we can kind of wrap it up with Cleveland? There's not a whole lot to preview. I mean,
there
they
go
fucking
first.
suck.
White. I'm going Ravens. White.
Okay.
Ravens 45. Ravens 42. Browns 15.
Score got me.
You going 5 field goals, Trippy? Is that getting to 15?
5 field goals. Yeah.
I mean, I don't hate that.
Touchdown, 2-point conversion.
I think that they do have kind of a shitty kicker though too.
That's what I was going to ask. Like, how many field goal opportunities
they do got
they're going to get? I feel like they're going to have like.
I think they've switched kickers already this year once at least.
You might be right. I feel like it was in the preseason though. I don't think in the regular season they switched kickers. I could be wrong.
I don't know.
But,
maybe the kicker got hurt. Something weird happened with the kicker. Either the kicker got hurt or the kicker was so bad that they got a new fucking kicker already, which is really that you got to really suck to lose your job for being bad this quickly in the season. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna go now because if I go last, Drew's gonna claim I stole. I'm doing the same thing as Gabb, white purple. I think most of us are going to, right?
Yeah. That's my jersey combo.
Is anybody not doing that?
I'm going to go with white purple.
I respect that because I mean they surprise us sometimes, but
actually, no, I think they're going to repeat with the white black.
You do? Okay. All right,
it's possible.
I think you're just trying to be different, but that's okay.
It is what it is.
Drew's white purple, Jake's white purple, BT white black. It's 5 of them. Hold on, I didn't put myself. I'm an idiot. All right, cool.
Trippy's going the iced out look.
All right, so Trippy gave a score. Jake, what's your score?
Thinking about it, Browns defense isn't what it was a year ago, and that's kind of how it is when you have a heavy blitz scheme that Jim Schwartz likes to run. I think they'll probably try to do the same thing the Bengals and the Redskins did, or actually the Commies. My apologies, the Commies did, and load the box, force Lamar to beat them through play action. They'll do that because they don't cover the middle of the field very well. I'm going to go actually like Gabb's score prediction. I'll go 34-17. Maybe Chubb gets one in on the ground.
You're stealing her score and her uniform?
Did she go white purple too? Hey, I'm piggyback. He spoke good words, so I said, you know what? Sound good to me.
I reject
Grave
your
digger.
score. You have to pick a different score. You can't have the same fucking thing. What is this?
We'll go 38-17 then.
All right.
38-17.
The same score? I've never seen this before. I don't think it's ever happened.
This happened once or twice, or at least close, within like a point of each other.
No, I think most of the time, if right, well, but I think if anybody had a score in mind and someone else takes it, they just pivot to a slightly different score.
Bump it 3 points
that's
in
fair.
the direction and call it a day.
I don't hate 38-17. I think that's a pretty good score prediction.
I'm going to go 28 to score. I think divisional game starts off kind of slow, and I think we'll run a lot on the Browns. I don't think it's going to be as high scoring as some of you think. I would love to score 30. We tend to take the more conservative approach in divisional games, especially teams that we play twice. So,
all right. Fair enough.
I'm going to go 28-10. A lot of fear, so aptly pointed out.
You kept saying it, and then so VD just
because
he smelled the blood in the water.
I was expecting, if it was Watson, I would have gone 49-0. I don't think the Browns would have scored. I think he'd throw 4 picks, fucking fumble 8 times, and we'd just kick the fuck out of him. But I think Winston is dumb enough to keep getting up, and he'll probably put up some garbage in.
That's fair. Again, I think that Jameis Winston and Baker Mayfield are really Baker Mayfield's obviously on the field, I think, been more consistently above average than Jameis Winston. Jameis Winston flashes, and his ceiling is about the same as Baker Mayfield's, but he just can't sustain it. But
no.
Their mentality is identical.
They've never seen a throw. They've never seen a shot downfield.
Yeah, right. And it's like, oh, I just threw into quadruple coverage and got picked off. Cool. I'm gonna throw that same. Let's just run it back. Let's do the same play next one.
Yeah,
they'll never see it coming.
They won't pick me up. Yeah, they won't pick me up again.
Yeah. All right. BT, what's yours?
I'm gonna take a similar route. I'm gonna rewind to a score that we already gave the Browns back in the day. I'm gonna go 24-10.
All right.
So same thought process.
Pretty
scoring,
much.
More run heavy, conservative game.
Pretty much.
And
I was gonna say 24-0, but there's no way we're gonna put a shutout.
No, not with this defense. They give up big plays, especially with Nick Chubb.
Exactly.
Should I save my take until after score, because I'm getting tired of people slandering the defense. So I'd like to put a pin in that. We can come back to it.
Yeah. So I liked Gabb's score. I liked Jake's score. Mine's going to be similar. I'm doing 34-13. The Browns, they'll score a touchdown. They may even score a touchdown on their first possession because Jameis, they script.
Shit, the way how that defense looking, they fucking around put up 40 on us.
Well, so
what comment
I just think I think it was Bateman 5 for 64 and a touchdown. I think that's. I mean, I don't hate that. I might bet something. I might bet a combination of those numbers. But 34-13. The Ravens' offense cannot be stopped. Cleveland's defense is nowhere near what it used to be. And like BT, you said, or Jake said, they're really vulnerable to the middle of the field. So I think Mark Andrews has another big game. And if Mark Andrews doesn't, then Charlie Kohler has a big game, or Isaiah Likely has a big game. There's just to me, there's no real weak link in the receiving game right now because there's no one, there's nobody carrying the load. That's on any day, if you look at the box score from any game, one guy has a pretty big game or a really big game, and then there's a bunch of people who have decent games, and there's a couple guys who contribute 1 catch, 2 catches, whatever. But it's being spread around. It reminds me, our box scores, I don't know if VD's still here or not, but it reminds me of a Chiefs box score because Patrick Mahomes is really good at using what he has available to him. And Lamar
because most of his wide receivers usually end up getting hurt or put in prison. So
right.
He's got to
he has, Sky Moore had a fucking touchdown in the Super Bowl 2 years ago. Kadarius Toney had a touchdown in the Super Bowl. So they figured out ways to use what they got. And the Ravens, I think Todd Monken, maybe it's because of what he saw in the AFC Championship game, then in the Super Bowl, watching the Chiefs is that. Maybe that's his new mentality.
Yeah, because he was like that. He was like that with the Bucs.
But all it translates to is there is no guy. Anybody can be the guy on Sunday. Anybody.
People talk about positionalist football and defense. The Ravens play alpha-less offense, I guess, or every game there is a clear guy who's getting the most targets. It's just never the same guy. So
yeah.
Hey, Drew, tell your man Cole stop acting like he Todd Monken, man.
He didn't even put the fucking pens in his pocket.
First of all, I like Todd Monken first, because first of all, at least had some Nike sweatpants on, man. I don't know what the hell they were.
That was a Canadian brand. Yeah, Canadian brand.
Canadian brand.
Canadians.
Listen, I'll tell you, I like Cole's bit with the play sheet. And
I do too, but if you're gonna go, hold on. If you're gonna go Todd Monken, what?
Yo, what the hell? My bad.
Oh, it's not about the podcast. All right.
No,
I just make sure that
if you're gonna, I thought something like happened on the back end that I missed. If you're gonna go Todd Monken,
no, bro, it's like 3 BMWs like racing, cutting people off, and I'm looking like, what the hell is going on? What the fuck is this? Need for Speed. I mean, not Need for Speed.
We're about to live stream a police chase here.
Gran Turismo.
Anyway,
if you're gonna go Todd Monken hunting costume, you got to put the colored pens in.
All right, listen, Drew. It's only the 22nd. He's ramping up, man. It's a dress rehearsal.
Look at when fucking Canada celebrates Thanksgiving. They do everything.
No, listen, that's offensive to me.
They do everything early.
Yeah, no shit. Canada's offensive in general. I mean, fucking maple syrup farmers live in igloos. Their cops ride on horses. Like the whole fucking 9 yards. If you're
they really live in igloos?
Yeah, all Canadians live in igloos.
Yeah. Cole's got a real nice house up there, but the Canadian dollar is not the same. So
Yeah, they got
Canada.
Monopoly money. No, all I'm saying, you're gonna, dress up as Todd Monken. You're gonna put the play sheet in your pants. You got to put the fucking colored pens in them. That's been the new addition to his, little wardrobe that he puts on for his a Wednesday interview he typically does.
Yeah,
Thursday. So you got to get the colored pen. Rookie mistake, no attention to detail. It was like Harbaugh, Cole at this.
Yeah. So Drew, here's the only thing that I'll blindly defend Cole on this. You and I are like, when someone posts something, we're looking for something to attack. So like. What if
I told you I went back under with Todd Monken having the colored pens in his pocket and saw Cole comment on, and he knows the colored pens exist? Would that change your
He commented about the pens?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, then listen, I'm out. I'm withdrawing my defense of Cole. Then
I don't just blindly attack people for flaws in their arguments. I look for weaknesses first. So I did some research on that.
I don't fully agree with what you just said, but I'll accept it in this case.
Okay, fine. Maybe sometimes I don't do research, and the research is handed to me by others. But regardless, research is done before I attack people. So yeah, I won't give up my sources. That's most of the information I go after people with, but may or may not be.
Hey, Drew, I see how secondary been struggling, right?
Yeah.
But
so
what's that dude that came from Michigan? I think he the problem.
Don't do that. When we hired him, like I said, he looks like like he blows a .10 every time he wakes up. Just looks like a heavy drinker that has no business being around sports. My issue with our seeing the Zach Orr, not growing with the job, and our defense sucks, and blah blah blah, and this and that. Every one of our problems can be traced back to Marcus Williams.
Agreed, 100%.
I do think at the deadline, I would like to add a pass rusher, and I think that our rotation is not great. I think some of it is Zach Orr's inexperience as a coach, but I feel like guys like Hanoi are out there for too long, and you don't really give them a good spell. You don't put Tavius Robinson in or Jabo in, early enough. And so when we get to the fourth quarter, guys like Van Noy tire out, or Owe, again, like fine, like we have some pass rushing that I don't feel like we use. And I don't know if that's because we don't think they're good enough or because Zach Orr is not great at rotating personnel. Fine. I would love to go get Max Crosby. I don't know if that's a realistic, desire on my end. Regardless, I'd like to go add some kind of pass rush deadline just to have another warm body. A veteran would be great. Somebody who, you can kind of trust to, like another Yonex, like a guy that's just going to come in, know what to do, and sort of, add to what we already have there. The reality is, if you want to fix our defense, stop playing Eddie Jackson 60% of the snaps and stop playing Marcus Williams 100% of the snaps.
I agree. Almost
every time there's a big play, it's one of those two dipshits.
I was getting killed last night after that first touchdown when I said, Marcus Williams.
It's funny because
what do you do here?
you did the same thing to Grant and I. It was on,
I did because I was giving Marlon the benefit of the doubt there.
It was on the Jamar Chase touchdown where Grant and I both said, like, you were like, oh, well, Marcus Williams stayed in his zone and did what he was supposed to do, and why do you want him to freelance?
You're right.
And it's like, that's why we want is because he has no, like, feel for the play. And if you just want a guy who's going to go play a cover 4 or cover 3, and he's just going to stay in his deep zone, like, you can pay some fucking, you can pay somebody the minimum to do that. Like, I feel like most safeties can guard their zone. You're paying him.
Man, we should have kept Geno Stone, man.
No,
fuck that, dude.
Trash.
He's worse. He's worse.
No.
He's been real bad on the Bengals.
No. Hold up. When I'm saying keeping Geno right, bro, Marcus Williams is in a lot of picks out there, bro. And like Drew said, bro, I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm seeing 39, 32. Then they be out there looking like they confused, like, damn, bro, what happened? What happened, bro? I don't know. What happened?
You're right.
Tell me.
I see it. I see it all the time.
Every goddamn time you see the back of 21's jersey because he can't turn his fucking head around. And every time you see Marcus Williams with the dumb fucking look on his face, like, oh, that guy scored right next to me. What happened? It's like, dude, fuck you. Figure it out.
Trippy, Zamboni even pointed out, Cincy fans hate Geno.
Bro, listen, I don't give a fuck if they hate him. I'm talking about interceptions, bro. I'd rather have Geno out there. Bro, you know what? I'm just tired of talking. Because, I ain't gonna lie, you can't talk to Raven fans, bro, because Raven fans bitch about everything. You got Raven fans still. Go ahead, my bad. No, I'm saying you still. No, we my bad, Drew. We went 0-2, bro. Everybody was talking about foul hardball. Now we went 5 games straight. They still talking about foul hardball. Like, bro, the players love playing for hardball. I don't know how many times I gotta tell y'all this. It's crazy, but Marcus Williams, I'm sick of him. Everybody want black Zach. Why everybody want black? Hold up. Why everybody want to blame Zach Orr all the time? Oh, Zach Orr shouldn't have got the job. If anybody, listen, if you're a real Ravens fan, let's be real. Every defensive coordinator that left, they always bring an in-house person. Like, it's common sense. Like, use your common sense. Everybody's so quick to get rid of Zach Orr, like Mike McDonald ain't had problems. Mike McDonald ain't get that shit together to what, Drew?
No, you're right.
Week 8, I think, probably. Week 7.
Yeah,
week
that Monday night game.
Right after they traded for Roquan.
And then look, I look at it like this.
Yeah, it was around the Roquan trade.
I'm gonna be real with you. I don't give a fuck what scheme is called with personnel, bro. Execute.
True.
It's the same shit over and over. Thank God Mike Evans got hurt.
I think to Trippy's point about Geno Stone, if you're gonna have a safety out there and they get beat every once in a while, at least Geno is also gonna give you turnovers. So he does bring some positives to the table. Whereas Marcus Williams brings nothing. He misses tackles, he misses coverage, and he's not forcing turnover. So, like,
I'm gonna say something else too. Hold up.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm not totally with Trippy on the Geno Stone. I don't think Geno Stone is very good. I don't really want him here.
I don't think that's true. I don't think that's his point, really. I think his point is like fuck Marcus Williams more so than anything.
Right.
Yeah, more. I would agree with him more.
You're gonna have somebody suck. You're gonna have somebody suck on the back end. At least have somebody who creates turn. Trevon Diggs in Dallas, ton of interceptions, and he gets cooked a ton. But nobody talks about how he gets cooked a ton because he's turning the ball over every once in a while.
I actually just made this point to a close friend of mine when we were talking about the game.
Yeah, I mean, that was also like Marcus's thing, especially when he was with Kansas City, is, he gambled on a ton of routes, and he'd get a ton of turnovers. He'd also look like an asshole. He'd get burnt a lot because he would gamble on a route that didn't end up being, and he'd end up, looking like a moron standing there. But, like, you can live with a couple bad plays when the turnovers are coming. Marcus Williams is not turning the ball over. So, like, what value does this?
And same with the Orr versus McDonald topic. I feel like McDonald also had schemes in place to hide the flaws of Marcus Williams, Roquan, and Marlon.
Now, I think Roquan got fat to try to be more of a run stuffer, and now he's being asked to play coverage.
So he got beat. Okay, first off, about the Marcus Williams thing, you pointed out, and you're right, that I criticized you and Grant for the same thing that I'm criticizing Marcus Williams for right now, right? And that's true. And mostly because I'm looking for it more now because you and him pointed it out. But Marcus Williams, the big difference between, to me, that just play by play, the Chase touchdown and the Evans touchdown is the Evans touchdown was in front of him. He didn't drive downhill towards the ball at all. He just sat there and like had his hands out before the fucking play was even over. And Chase, he just sat in the middle of the field. So like he would have obviously the effort would have had to been more to go even attempt to make a play on Chase. But it's the same. It is the same at the end of the day. He made no effort. Period.
Hey,
I think the effort it required less effort to try and make a play on the Evans play, especially because Evans was like falling down. So like, dude, if you drive on that ball, there's at least a 50-50 shot you get there and you break it up or at least make a play on it. And make
try the ball loose, do something.
Hey, look, I'm gonna tell you why Marcus Williams sorry as shit, right? Did y'all see the podcast? I mean, did y'all see the IG live last night? Marlon, and I ain't gonna lie, I wish that motherfucker would get on that podcast and he gonna show up. Marlon Humphrey with the Marks was like, hey man, I think you should hop on the pod. You know what he said? Hey man, they don't want to see me, man. I've been playing like shit. You damn right. So why hop on the podcast and then because you about to be the next victim. You got 2 more games to get this shit together, Marcus.
Yeah, you got a deadline from Trippy.
And look, and I wanted to say something to Zamboni. Hey Zamboni, look, right? You know what I realized, bro? Bengal fans is down bad, so they trying to find anybody to shit on. Like, let's be real. Sure. Geno Stone, that's my guy. I'm not saying he the best safety, but he productive, right? But
lied directly to your face, though, Trippy. Lied to your face.
Oh,
Geno Stone.
Geno.
On video.
He lied to my face. What?
No, he said he wasn't leaving.
No, that was Mike McDonald.
Oh, that was Mike McDonald. Yeah, Geno. That was that IG live, I think, right?
No, I'm still cool with Geno. I saw his stepfather, his mom, and them. I linked up with him when I went to Sissy. But no, this is what I wanted to say, right? Like, even Raven fans be shitting on Geno, talking about, yo, he wasn't a starter. Bro, that motherfucker was productive, bro. Like, and I mean, it might have been in a Mike scheme, you know what I mean, defensive scheme, but the boy balled out. But this is what I wanted to say, right? You can't believe everything fans say, bro. Look what Steelers fans were saying about Arthur Millette. Oh, he's trash. Look, now he doing something. You feel me? But
I think it also has to do with all the different schemes as well.
It does, but here's the thing: is Zach Orr is our defense. My biggest gripe with Zach Orr at this point has been I don't know if it's unwillingness or just doesn't understand it yet, but like he doesn't seem to be putting the right guys in. He seems to be letting kind of like, salary and years played and years of experience dictate who he has playing what snaps. And like at some point you got to get away from that and you got to start putting the best guys on the field. I feel like we're not doing that all the time. Specifically when you have Marcus Williams playing every snap, when you have Eddie Jackson playing a ton of snaps over Darius Washington. Like you can't be doing that. I feel like there are times where he doesn't put Tavius Robinson to spell Vanoy. I looked last night. Tavius Robinson played like 4 snaps. And I think he got pressure. I think he got 2 pressures. So I mean, he's like, and
hold up, my man only played 4 snaps last night.
Right, and that's what I'm saying.
Yep. I'll look it up right now. Yeah.
When you put him on the field, like he is in the backfield. He is creating havoc. I think he had a sack taken away because of hands to the face, maybe.
Oh yeah, he did. I gotta have a talk with Zach.
Okay, man. All right, Drew. I'm not trying to fact check you. I was trying to verify you, but he played 24 snaps.
Oh, maybe I just didn't
something like that.
That's the only player who I forgot TJ Tampa was on the team. The next lowest was TJ Tampa at 3. So like Travis Jones played 25. He played Tavius Robinson played less snaps than Brent Urban. And not to say Brent Urban's bad, but Brent Urban is very situationally deployed. So
yeah, and like you can't, you have Tavius Robinson. Let him spell Van Noy every once in a while. Keep Owe fresh.
Ojabo outsnapped him by 7 snaps.
Yeah.
Hey, let me ask a question real quick. When it come down to like the rotational guys, right? Who decide who's the rotational guys?
I don't know if that's a Harbaugh.
Because like I'm confused, right? Because like, see, now I'm about to start getting in the coach's asses when I see him, except for my man Todd Monken, right? Because you got Chris Hewitt, right? He was the former DB coach, but now he's the assistant coach, right? Like, what the fuck is he doing out there?
I think it boils down to the positional coaches, and then
I don't care.
Coordinator gets final call.
Them coaches need to have the dudes in there that's balling. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I'm sick shit, bro. It's the same. Why TJ Tampa not getting no bump, bro? Why Tez? Well, I ain't no big Tez Walker fan, because But anyway.
Yeah, like, last night probably wasn't a question if Tez Walker should have gotten offensive snaps or not. But there will be a point that comes where
No. I ain't worrying about
Aguilar-
Tez. I'm talking about
No, but
TJ Tampa.
Yeah, but I'm saying that in general, I feel like our rotations are bad. There are times where we have Justice Hill in the backfield where Derrick Henry makes more sense. There are times where, we have Aguilar and Flowers out in the field that, maybe having Bateman out there makes more sense because he's a bigger body, he can block better.
Hey, going back to the first thing you said.
Yeah.
Say it again.
Always Mills.
Which thing?
About rotations.
I feel like
it's bad.
Terrible. They're
It's
terrible.
bad.
Who makes the calls?
Yeah, who makes the calls? We were trying to figure out.
Yeah, on who's a rotation.
I ain't gonna lie though. Y'all think it might be Harbaugh?
I was getting at Derrick Henry.
Oh, Henry over Hill.
It is infuriating when Derrick Henry starts the game, takes one carry, and then trots off the field. What the fuck are you doing?
But it's not even that. Like there was like a first and goal from the 8 yesterday, and that was the magical drive that we ended up getting pushed back to like the 28-yard line.
Oh yeah.
Tucker had it.
It was
like
third and goal from the 38-yard line. Yeah.
Yeah, but like we had just start off with, and it wasn't like Henry had like an 80-yard run to get us down there. Like it was just there's no reason that inside the 10-yard line that you have Justice Hill on the field before you have Derrick Henry on the field.
I mean, yeah, but at the end of the day, bro, like I told y'all, like I feel like they like I get what y'all saying, and I do agree.
Like
but
situationally,
bro,
third and goal from the 8, third and goal from the put Justice Hill in because he's your pass catcher or he's your pass block. You know what I mean? But first and goal from the 8, and you have Derrick Henry, like you should be handing the ball off to a situation. So he should be on the field for that.
And they ended up having Justice Hill on the field for the 3rd and 38, and he got like 20 yards, and we got an easy field goal out of it. So like,
that's what he does well. That's his
skill
set. And so like I just feel like situationally we don't seem to make the right calls really on either side. Again, why is like Zay Flowers on? He's a midget. If the ball kicks up in the air, he's not gonna be able to jump up and catch it.
Did they put him in? Well, I think usually they put the best wide receivers in those spots. But
put Charlie Kohler. He can catch. He's tall.
Put
you know what
the
I mean?
fat white guy who switched from Bud Heavies to Bud Light in.
Right, but this is just like seems like common sense shit that we just don't do.
Remember when we saw Charlie Kohler arrive at the stadium last year? He's driving a Chevy Malibu.
Yep.
That's a guy that I fucking want trying to field onside kicks. I feel like he just doesn't have any,
And when I say a Chevy Malibu, I mean a 2024 Chevy Malibu, not like a classic car.
Like
I don't know if it was from fucking Enterprise or what.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. He definitely rented that.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Bro, they had Andrew Voorhees, bro. He came in a little ass kid. I said, hey, bro. I told the security guy, like, hey, bro, you can't have our offensive line riding in that little ass car. Look, now he got knee problems. Shit crazy, bro. Shit crazy.
Who was it that drove the little Nissan Versa?
That was John
Urschel.
John Urschel, yeah.
Nerd. Fucking nerd.
Hey, bro, but look, on some real shit, though, bro. Yeah. Hey, yo, I ain't gonna lie, yo, fuck the players. I'm about to start getting in the coaches' asses, right? And pause. Because I'm going to blame Chris Hewitt, right? That's my guy, bro. Like, I didn't even know yo was from Jamaica, and I thought we was cool, but I ain't going to forget what he said, bro. That man said, oh, I ain't fooling with you, Trippy. You a flip-flopper. So how about if I say y'all coaches flip-floppers? Like, real shit, bro. Like no, it don't make sense.
We want flip-floppers, coach, because we want people who are going to ride the fucking hot hand instead of just going with the name. Like, that's what bothers me.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
They're like, oh, we pay Marcus Williams $70 million, so he should play every snap at free safety. Like, are you watching the same damn game that I am where he's fucking getting burnt left and right and just is always in the wrong spot in the key situations? Like, get him the fuck out of there. He shouldn't be playing every snap. He's not good anymore. This is I got burned by Stephon Marcus Williams, not the fucking all-pro mark. Like, enough is enough already. Yeah, you're paying the guy a ton of money, but get him the fuck off the field. It's irritating. It's fucking irritating to watch.
Yep.
In short,
I wanted to say one more thing real quick. My bad, Jake. Now, look, I know Brandon Stevenson be getting burnt, right? But one thing I can say about him, at least he be like stick on glue. Although that shit do look kind of crazy though. But Marcus Williams is always something. Then I'm still confused, Drew, because I be wondering why Raven fans say, "Oh, it's not Marcus Williams' fault." So whose fault is it then?
Yeah, that's what I've never understood. These ones are like, oh, when can we have a conversation about Zach Orr? The conversation we can have about Zach Orr is that he's not taking Marcus Williams off the field. That's my conversation.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. That's about to be my next thing. Hey, Zach, come on, boy. You gotta get that boy 32 off the field, Zach. Watch what I say.
I gotta think that the people who make those choices about the rotations positionally are going to be the coaches who are below the coordinator who are managing that position group specifically. So
who the fuck is watching Marcus Williams play football?
Who's the secondary coach?
Doug Mallory from the University of Michigan. No, fuck you. New DB coach. Secondary goes bad. Denard Wilson in there. They balled out last year. Even Chris Hewitt in 2022 was better than what we're seeing with this shit.
So I'm saying though, Jake, Chris Hill's still on the team. So why the fuck he don't step up? He the assistant head coach. Like that's what I'm saying. But I just be confused, bro. I'm just, you know what? I don't think they want to win no Super Bowl. The defense ain't motivated.
Only thing I can say about Zach Orr is he's fallen too much in the DMP's wink kind of thing where
we gotta
trying to confuse the quarterback and getting cute.
We gotta fire Pete. We gotta get him the fuck out of here. I'm seeing the exact same thing Jake just said sometimes just rush 4 guys and don't try to be too fucking cute. Especially when you have assholes like Mark Woods on the back end. You know what I mean?
Start talking in the back end and simplify the fucking defense. A simple defense ain't a bad defense.
So I was going to mention this when we were talking about Roquan, right? There was a play, I think it was a 3rd down, where Roquan, they do a lot of like
put him in the A gap. They ran the 2 or 3 crosses right in front of him, causing traffic so he couldn't get over to Rashad.
Exactly. So
it's a great play call.
Well, it's a great play call, but my problem is this: I would rather see the Ravens be the old Ravens defense where they're swarming the ball carrier, they're just ramming it down your fucking throat every play, and we're trying to be too deceitful and too sneaky. Like every fucking play, we don't have to present one thing and change it 17 times at the line of scrimmage. Just tell Baker Mayfield what the fuck you're going to do and make him beat you. You know, that's Ravens football, and they're trying to be too sneaky, too tricky, too cute, and it backfires, and it happens every fucking time we have a blown play. It's because of a stupid shit like that. Every fucking time.
There are times you have to be. There are quarterbacks you have to be cute and kind of disguise coverages, and
But it's like all the time. It's nonstop.
When you do that to Patrick Mahomes, I get it because that's a guy you lead off.
But he's seen it all already. He's seen how much coverage there is. You can't fool him anymore.
Say it, but I ain't gonna lie.
You just have to be better.
I miss Mike McDonald. I'm sorry, I miss him.
Everybody does.
Well, we'll see how he does.
But I'm not giving up on Zach though. But I need Zach to get that boy 34 out the game, yo.
I think Zach needs to, and I don't know what that moment be and what's going to cause it. He needs to come to the realization that like it's his fucking defense and it's his name on the line.
Right.
He's got to make the call to pull.
Stop being all friendly with him because I think you're too friendly with him.
Right. Like you got to be real at some point and be like, Marcus, you fucking suck. Get the fuck off the field. Like that's just you got to do it sometimes. You gotta make the tough call. I don't want Brady inactive on game day. I want him to be my second safety. I want to start a Darius Washington, and I want Brady to be the backup. And fuck Eddie Jackson and fuck Marcus Williams.
Well,
healthy scratch Mark in Cleveland and see what the fuck happens. Maybe that'll light a fire under us.
Hey, Drew, Zach Orr used to play for us, man. I ain't gonna lie. If I was Zach Orr, boy, I'd get in Marcus Williams. Like, look, check this out, bro. Back in the day when we was playing, bro, your ass would have been on the bench. Ain't none of that shit going on, bro. Like, I think Zach too friendly. I think Zach too friendly with him. I think Zach need to have like that type of mindset. Like, you know what? Yeah,
especially when you got.
Did any of you guys watch the Manning cast?
Sucks.
Oh yeah, the entire time.
No, all right.
I want to hear Ed Reed.
I watched the entire thing, and so they asked a question that's really relevant here. While Joe Flacco was on, they asked him, "Is it hard when your coach is younger than you?" And he said, "It's not for him. The player looks at the coach like the coach. Doesn't matter that they're younger, older, whatever." And in this case, that's not applicable.
Right, because at the end of the day, you still got to execute. So I don't think like the age of matter, right?
Well, no, but no. So the player doesn't look at the coach that way. But what he said is he thinks it's harder for the coach to coach guys who are their age or older. And in this case, we're not talking about older, but Zach Orr being as young as he is, Zach Orr is still playing age. Zach Orr could easily still be in the league if he was not hurt. If he didn't have
first broken by Tyler Sperry.
Yep.
Right. Yeah. So, oh Jesus Christ, the fucking bald birthday boy's here to say stupid shit. But I think what Joe Flacco was getting at is so, like, a really young coach.
How's Drake May doing, buddy?
Zach Orr is super fucking young.
He just turned 65 today. You know, it's his 65th birthday.
He can get the senior discounts at Denny's now.
I got him.
He can get free coffee at McDonald's in the morning. But
oh fuck!
Yeah.
Congratulations! Happy birthday.
He's got to go with the Rotary Club.
Yeah.
Still, tell me how Drake May's doing.
Tom is not a huge fan of just the Patriots in general at the moment. Is not thrilled with how that operation's. I don't blame him.
So honestly, I think it could be a case like we're talking about, like Zach Orr's being too nice. That could be the case. Like he's trying to figure out how to be the guy that every guy in the defense answers to, and maybe he doesn't get that. I'm sure. I would think that those guys all are up to speed on that. There's no questioning that he's the guy in charge. But maybe in his mind, there's a little bit of a he still needs to take that next step to get where he needs to be as the authority figure for every single guy in that defense. I don't know. I could be wrong, but when Joe Flacco said it made sense. So
yeah, I can't watch the Manning cast on the side. It's fucking awful. Eli's retarded and Peyton is just irritating to watch on television. And I knew Belichick would just suck off Ed for like minutes, which is just sickening. Ed Reed's a little old for Bill Belichick's taste.
Ed Reed, actually, I was like uncomfortable watching Ed Reed. He started singing.
Yeah, and then I saw some clip where it was like the Guardian cap is for losers, and Peyton Manning got all sad about it.
I didn't see that. So
it's like shut your
you did.
Forehead
so I got to tell you guys, I was so confident in what was happening. I was at Big Dog Dad's house, and I left when it was 31-17. And when I got home,
it was never 31-17 at any point.
It was 34-17.
34-17. I'm sorry, 34.
It was never 17. It was 18.
It was 18.
Oh, that's right. The 2-point conversion.
18, whatever the fuck it was. But they scored like twice before I got home.
Yeah.
I live 5 minutes away or 7 minutes away. So
they recovered an onside kick.
Yep.
Again, shout out fucking Chris Horton, you terrorist fuck.
Yep.
He sucks. He's got to go.
Yeah.
Just
my beef with this team is, again, it's just this dumb situational shit. Like why are we fucking up onside? Why are we getting billion hold calls? Like why do we continue this dumb shit? Why can't we just close? It's 41-18. Why are you bringing in Josh Johnson and fucking
41-18 was the score. So when we scored that touchdown to go up to score 41, I was like, all right, I'm going home. This is stupid.
Yeah, and then they scored whatever because we were playing like a soft prevent defense. Fine, and then they recover the onside kick and they score again. Like, why do you then bring out Josh Johnson? Like, why are you waving the white flag? Put your fucking foot on the gas. Bury him. Like, enough of that.
Have him close out the fucking game and take a knee when it's 41-25.
24. They went for 2.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
and they didn't get that one. That's right, because he got sacked on that 2-pointer try. Yeah, just fucking keep Lamar and them out there just to close out the game. Get the last first down. Call it good. That way you don't get 31 damn points.
Yeah, throw the ball to Zay Flowers a couple times, get 14 more yards, maybe a touchdown. Drew wins $2,000. Good things happen. Not mad about him.
Oh, actually, I was wrong. Here's the reason. They scored 24. That's when they did the onside kick. Then they scored again and got to 31. But that's when Josh Johnson came in there. Yeah, just get Lamar just to close out the fucking game. I mean, they still won by 10, but nonetheless.
To answer this question, that is not true. That's bullshit. And it's like Google AI is the reason that people thought that was true. That's not true. When you are losing in the fourth quarter, you can attempt unlimited onside kicks.
You just have to declare it.
I think it's lame. You have to declare it. I think that is one of the dumbest rules ever made.
Even worse, that with that rule change, we're the only team that's given up successful onside kick tries. It's fucking embarrassing.
I believe Will stated that 3 onside kicks have been recovered since Martin Luther King was shot, and 2 of them were against the Ravens.
I didn't say since he was shot. I said since his I
have a dream speech.
Yeah. I don't know. I knew it was something.
I didn't tie it to a tragic historic event.
I knew it was something to do with Martin Luther King and a historic event on a hotel balcony.
That's a big difference.
Yeah, whatever. The point is that nobody recovers onside against the Ravens.
Pretty much.
Right.
In conclusion, Marcus Williams into the sun. Oh, what do you got? What you got?
So I have to go work. There's a bar in Hick Fuck Town that stole the name of our podcast, but it's also Marcus Williams' jersey number. So I think we have bartenders that are fucking playing football for the Ravens anymore. Well, can you look up where that place is?
Yeah, I'm looking it up.
It's in North Carolina, isn't it?
No, it's in Georgia.
Is it? Okay.
I was going to say
it's in Gibsonville, Georgia.
I know one thing. Marcus Williams can't be out there with that 32. Zone
Bad
32,
for the
man.
fucking brand. Bad for the fucking
Very bad for the brand.
Hey, Drew, last year I was out there supporting him like, yeah, bro, you know we got the podcast Zone 32, Marcus. We need you on there. He talking about, nah, I don't get on podcasts.
Yeah, good. Don't come on the fucking podcast. Learn how to fucking cover people, dipshit.
Yep.
Marcus Williams with one arm is a better football player than Marcus Williams with two arms. That's fucking embarrassing.
And now that you think about it, I think we were like, oh man, Marcus Williams, he's doing so well because he's got that torn pec. He's playing through the injury. So like we were giving him so much rope.
But see, a lot of the time he was making bad plays last year. It was because he was favoring that side that had the torn pec and like he wasn't using that arm. So like you could see that. Like you could see that, you know.
But I'm saying like maybe he has sucked for longer than we think. It's just we were giving him an excuse because of the injury.
Yeah, I guess a torn pec is probably a valid excuse. There's no excuse.
Yeah.
No. Right. There's no excuse. But I'm saying maybe his level of skill had slipped. Like there's certain things that are attributable to the injury, and then maybe just in general he sucked, and we were like, the injury.
Maybe playing like shit for a whole year, you know, he developed bad muscle mass, so now he just sucks all the fucking time.
Maybe.
Yeah, you know, maybe you should just stop fucking sucking. My word of advice to him. Yeah, he's so fucking. Again, I'm a fucking that Mike Evans touchdown. Like I am screaming at my fucking television, Marcus, get over there. Like I physically couldn't have closed that gap, but I'm sitting on my fucking couch and I can see that you need to close that gap. I don't get paid $70 million a year to cover people. So
if we saw on the replay that he drove on it and tried to make a play, then okay, you tried to make a play. Really, whose fault it really is in that coverage. I mean, I don't know that it's anyone's fault. Like, so Bill Belichick.
It was a really good play call for that.
Bill Belichick said that's a beater. That's a coverage beater. John Harbaugh said they called the exact route concept that beats that coverage. So, but if you saw Marcus Williams identify the play in front of him and at least try to make a play on it, then you can say, all right, Marcus Williams at least his brain works and he tried to make a play. But the fact that he is just standing there with his arms out while Mike Evans is catching the ball and scoring a touchdown is like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? This is and it's like that is the image that we see on every blown coverage is Marcus Williams standing there with his fucking hands out.
In an ideal world, Brent carries that route a little bit farther because then you give Marcus Williams a little bit more time to break on that route. So if Brent Stevens carries that route 3 yards farther back and Marcus Williams tries to break on that, then fine, you can chalk it up to they just beat us with a good play call. But Marcus Williams not breaking on that, it's unacceptable.
And the other thing is if Marcus Williams stays on his guy, like follows that guy that he picked up, right? Because he had the deep part of the field.
He had Sterling Shepard, yes.
And if he followed him, if like Sterling Shepard then kept going towards the goalpost and Marcus Williams followed him, okay, also fine, I guess. But the fact that he saw what was going on, he saw the ball in the air and he's standing there. It's like, what
Sterling
the fuck
Shepard's
are you doing?
only job on that play was clear Marcus Williams out.
100% that was a clear out.
No intention of catching that ball. He didn't set around a single fucking time. He just ran straight for the goalpost because that was his job. But again, you get paid whatever the fuck $20 million a year. Like you should be like, oh, fucking baited here. I need to step up on this Mike Evans. Or are they going to throw the ball to Mike Evans or fucking Sterling Shepard in the end?
And Drew, I think my point is I think that Marcus Williams did. I think Marcus Williams did identify that was a clear out,
but he didn't.
And he turned his head, and then he didn't do anything. That's my problem. He did nothing.
Yeah, because he sucks. Like it's just enough is enough at this point. Like you can't keep having this fucking guy on the field.
I agree 100%. Kind of.
Look, this is what I was ready to say, right? If Marcus Williams never plays, you know what I would be remembered for Marcus Williams?
Missing Stephon Diggs.
Yep.
Stephon Diggs. That's the only thing I remember. He had that nasty ass 43. I ain't gonna lie, 43 is a nasty number. I'm sorry.
Not a football number, as discussed at length on Zone 32. 43
it's a fullback number. That's it.
Not a football number.
Yeah. I mean, Hall of Fame safety warrior.
He did. But still an ugly number,
midget with gay hair, but anyway.
I think it might be something about the safety plan number 30 though. So like Weddle, he fell off.
Yeah, but we got
James
Eric
Weddle
Weddle while he was in the fucking, should have been in the convalescent home. So, like, that wasn't the real Eric. Was like the Eric Weddle, like, oh, I'm gonna ring chase in Baltimore. Didn't work out.
Well, if we better get it together, boys, because we got them Bengals coming to town, boy. That shit is gonna be. They coming for revenge. But I mean,
Thursday night,
man. Hopefully he get it together, man. Well, I might just be rants again. And then hopefully his ass starts showing up. Wouldn't that be something if our Wilder's ass start going off, though?
Hold on. I just want to say, I think that I deserve credit. I deserve some credit for Rashad Bateman. Trippy deserves a lot of credit for Marlon learning how to catch, I think. I mean, since Trippy yelled at Marlon and told him to lock in, he's been a pretty good corner. So.
And let me tell y'all something. Apologize. I'm gonna be real with you, right? I would never apologize to Marlon Humphrey, right? He started speaking to fans. Now, not me. I'm telling fans because you said on your podcast and lied talking about you want to start speaking to fans, and all you do is lie. And I don't fuck with that jet.
I got about 80% of what Trippy said there. I think he said he's not going to apologize to Marlon, and Jack Settleman's a twat. Is what I got out of that.
Yep,
that was the gist of it.
Jackie Boy took fucking. Did he understand well that you were making fun of him with that tweet?
Didn't seem like it.
Yeah, like fucking have some situational awareness. You're gonna fucking subtweet Trippy all the time, like we're gonna make fun of you, and don't take us seriously, asshole. If we missed anything because we kind of went a little bit out of order, the podcast this week,
we covered everything.
You better stop that stuff.
Everything's good.
You better stop that stuff because I'm gonna see his ass down the bank, and we gonna have a nice little talk. I don't like that.
Trippy sounds like he's talking to us on like a jail phone right now. Kind of
this is like this is a cell phone audio.
This is like Trippy's natural habitat because this is like his daily call-ins, like he does on the radio.
True.
This is what he sounds like most of the time.
He's just out in the wild doing Trippy activities.
Yep.
Yeah. Sounds like he's talking to a phone right now. But I like it. I like the fucking lie.
Yep. Yeah. In conclusion, to cover all this. Fire Marcus Williams into the sun, first and foremost. Eddie Jackson, too. Yep, that's fair.
Did not respond, but,
It's fair. I'll reach out, see if I can get a word in. And make it 4 passengers.
You're talking about donations to the Trump campaign, dollar for dollar. The Ravens flock is ready to make a large donation to the Trump campaign on your behalf if you fire Marcus Williams in the sun. So, just
along with Eddie Jackson and Doug Mallory, the 3 of them too.
No, leave Doug alone.
The secondary as a whole got bad as soon as he came in there. He could be a drinking buddy, but he seems to be bad at his job.
Like he has a bottle of Jack Daniels in his car at all times that he's drinking from. So
which is a reason why that secondary's been playing bad. It's like, hey coach, what do I do? Oh, I don't know. Let me get another drink.
He needs
what's happening.
He needs help. Jake's job. Let's be reasonable human beings here, asshole.
That's fine.
Have some fucking compassion.
I'll give him compassion. You can be the custodian. That's fine. Or be fucking EDC's personal Jack Daniels drunk assistant. Whatever.
Say maybe he could be the vibes guy in the locker room.
Maybe.
Give out drinks.
But given a responsibility to coach. Exactly.
Don't coach secondary, but you can't fire.
There you go. But either way, fire them all into the sun, because that's going to do it for this week's episode. We will be back to discuss this, that, and the other, and the Brownies losing, hopefully. But meanwhile, it's time for me to die.
Zone 32.